Hey guys. Okay, like I said, I'm going to show you how to tie-dye a baby onesie because one of my friends gave me a plain white onesie to tie-dye for their son. So, I have a long sleeve onesie, and since it's for a boy, it's going to be boy colors. Alright, I'm inside, and normally I don't tie-dye inside. Normally I don't tie-dye inside because I don't want to get the dyes all over the apartment rug. Normally I tie-dye on the patio with cardboard box down, but because it's warm outside, there's these giant hornets flying around, and I don't feel like dealing with the hornets. So I'm inside. I grabbed a towel I don't like, and I put it on the ground, and I'm just going to be very careful. Okay, so first off, I went to Walmart and I got Tulip 5-color tie-dye kit because I've bought tie-dye from Joann's and I didn't like the tie-dye they have at all because the colors didn't stick after I've kept them on for very long, and they kind of like all ran together, and it was less dye for a higher price. And Walmart, this is 5 colors. It's got the blue, the fuchsia blue, the turquoise blue, the fuchsia pink, the purple, the green, and the yellow. And it also comes with extra dye in these little packets, which are very hard to fill into the bottle, but you get a lot of tie-dye for a cheaper price with the Walmart type. I'm just going to toss that. And also you get a whole bunch of gloves, which right now I have like a bunch of powder residue all over them. And the gloves aren't the best. You're going to get the dye on your hands. If you have better gloves, I suggest wearing them if you don't want the dye on your hands. He's waking up. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if he stays asleep. Okay, so you take your onesie, and I'm going to do the swirl type of tie-dye, so it depends where you want the swirl. So my friend didn't really recommend where she wanted her swirl, so we're going to start from down here, because it's easier to start at a corner kind of with a onesie because they're so small. So you twist, and as you're twisting, kind of start curling it up. So you twist and curl it up like that. And you twist, curl, twist. And then you take the rubber bands that come with the kit, and you put one around like so. Try and make sure it's even. Take another rubber band, do it. See how the rubber band's like that? Go down like that, kind of like you're cutting a pizza. Take another, and you go diagonal. So you have one like this, this, this. Then take one more and just go the other diagonal. Okay. So, it's like a pizza. You cut it up this way, then you go this way, and then this way. So you have it all rolled up. Back here on the towel. Okay. Now you put your gloves on. Okay. So, I have a green, the fuchsia pink, which we're not going to use that on the boy onesie. Got the blue, the purple, and then the yellow, which I think whenever you tie-dye, you need tons of yellow because yellow is the magic tie-dye color. Okay, so we're going to start off using the blue to get the cap off carefully. I don't want it squirting everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to start in one of the little pie sections. I'm just going to start squirting it on and kind of rubbing it in, getting into the crevices of the shirt. Just covering the area, getting into the folds, squirting in the folds to get into the onesie, getting the other side, and then it folds again. The buttons won't color. You'll have white buttons, which I think looks kind of cool. It's okay if there's some white spots, unless you don't like it, and then you can like make sure you really cover it in. So we have one of the pies, blue. So we're gonna move on to the next little pie section. Sometimes you have to adjust your rubber bands if the pie section looks too small and the others are too big, because the rubber bands is kind of difficult. Oh. Okay. I'm going to go with yellow next. You got to think when you're tie-dyeing, when you put two colors together, what is that color going to create? And obviously this is going to put a green there. Because when you mix yellow and blue, what do you get? You get green. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. I'm not getting my towel too dirty already. If anything, I'll just always tie-dye on this towel, and then I'll have an awesome tie-dye towel. Green's coming out really dark. Now, whenever I tie-dye, I don't wash them right away. I let them sit until I forget about them. And I don't wash them until like a couple weeks later, but I mean, you can wash it right away if you want. You're not going to get, the color's not going to stay as well. It's going to blend and it's going to fade and not look as good. I don't wash them until like a couple weeks later. There's a headband I did a couple months ago. I still haven't washed it. Wait 24 hours, I recommend. Alright, we have it all colored, all the pie sections colored. And what I like to do is I like to take it, unravel it now. I don't know where that rubber band went. To see if there are any white spots. Which I see a couple already. Which there are. And it depends on if you like it. If you want to keep it like that. Let me unravel this completely. Okay, so this is what it came out as. It's cool. Some of the blue has darker rings around it. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see them. And I kind of like it like this. So I'm going to leave it like this. And when I wash it, we'll see if it blends. But that's how you tie-dye a baby onesie. And the way I wash is I wash it with cold water and then I hang it up to dry. I put a very tiny little bit of soap in the washing machine. I just put it by itself. If I tie-dye a whole bunch of stuff together, like if I do a whole big tie-dye session, I wash it separately. I don't wash it all together because then you really get the colors just running together and it's just all going to be blue. And you don't want just all blue. There was another onesie I did a couple months ago. I didn't do swirls. I did it like this. And I also have a tie-dye hat. I did it like this. If you guys have any questions on things to tie-dye, I would love to do them. For Valentine's Day, I tie-dyed my fiance and I 2 aprons. And I actually had to go in and I did the swirl. I actually had to go in and I had to like paint the tie-dye on because of the material. So it wasn't traditionally the way I tie-dyed. It was like more painting a tie-dye design onto it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any requests, if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Just leave a comment or message me. Leave any requests also. And alright. Bye guys.